all, welcome. You're watching Priya Moments, the easiest way to understand and learn your lessons. So sit back, relax, and then watch. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Irfan Alam. I am Sujata Damprasad from Indian Currents. I am very happy to be with you. Shall I ask you a few questions to know about your way to success?
Very good morning to you, madam. I'm very happy to share my views with you.
First of all, let me congratulate you on your achievement. When and how did you conceive this idea?
I was 17 years old at that time. I was traveling in a rickshaw, and in the middle of the journey, I was very thirsty. I asked the rickshaw puller if he had any water. He said that he did not carry water bottles because he did not have money to buy and stock them. It set me thinking, and I immediately realized that there was a market for selling water bottles in rickshaws. The very next day, I talked to 5 rickshaw pullers and gave them each 8 bottles of water. I told them that for every bottle they sold, we would make a profit of 2 rupees, which we could split in half. The very first day, I made a profit of 8 rupees.
You were very young when you came up with and executed this idea.
Yes, I guess entrepreneurship is in my blood. I had an interest in business from a very early age. During the stock market scam in 1992, my father and many of his friends lost a lot of money. That is when I started thinking interest in the stock market and began researching on various companies. Interestingly, using my advice, all of my father's friends recovered their losses, and most of them started making profits. This enabled me to start my first portfolio management firm at the age of 13. When my parents found out that I was dabbling in the rickshaw sector as well, they pulled me aside and asked me to stop doing it and concentrate on my studies. So I shelved it, but my interest never waned. I kept reading and researching on this sector all through my college days in Pondicherry, where I pursued my Masters of Foreign Trade degree.
What was the spark that revived this idea?
In 2006, an Indian TV show called Business Bazigar launched an entrepreneur hunt and solicited ideas for new business. I entered this contest with a business proposal. My idea was to organize the rickshaw sector and make it a profitable venture. According to my proposal, rickshaws were to be redesigned so that the spaces on the vehicles could be solved for the purposes of advertising and brand promotion. Also, I indicated that additional revenues could be made by selling products like water, juice, biscuits, mobile cards, and newspapers to the passengers. I won the show and was offered the seed money of rupees 150 lakhs.
Was Samman started with this seed money?
No, I very soon realized that the entry barrier to this business was very low. The only way to sustain this business was to earn the loyalty of the rickshaw pullers. I wanted to provide insurance, ID cards, and uniforms to the rickshaw pullers. I wanted to run this as a not for profit organization. To be honest with you, I was not thinking about social entrepreneurship at that time. I just thought that it would be the best way to sustain the business and the easiest way to get banks to give out loans. Since the organizers of the TV show did not agree to this model, I ended up refusing the seed capital.
When did this turn into a true social venture?
As I understood more about the lives of the rickshaw pullers and their plight, it turned into a social cause. There are about 10 million rickshaws operating in India. Most of these rickshaw pullers do not own the rickshaws but instead rent them at the rate of 30 to 40 rupees per day. The money they make after paying the rent is barely sufficient to sustain their families. They continue to remain at the bottom of the pyramid. I thought if I could create an organization that could empower the rickshaw pullers and find a way to increase the overall revenue, it would be a win-win situation for both. I firmly believe in C.K. Prahal's idea that business can be successful by targeting the bottom of the pyramid. Samman was finally founded in 2007 with seed money from family and friends.
Can you describe the operation model of Samman?
When a rickshaw puller approaches someone, we first go through a verification process. The operator is then given training on basic etiquette and traffic rules. Then we approach the banks and help them get a loan from our new rickshaw. Previously, banks were very reluctant to give loans to this section of the society. Now, since we stand as guarantees, the rickshaw pullers have access to credit. The rickshaw pullers feel truly empowered when they drive their own vehicle. We provide rickshaw pullers with accident and health insurance. Each driver is given an ID card and is required to wear a uniform while operating the rickshaw. The rickshaw puller now becomes a part of the Samman family.
How does Samman help increase the revenues of the rickshaw pullers and itself?
Samman rickshaws are designed in such a way that they have plenty of space to display advertisements. Several local and national brands place their advertisements here. The advertisement revenue is split in half between Samman and the rickshaw pullers. Also, rickshaw pullers can choose to sell water, fruit juice, cell phone, prepaid cards, etc. In that case, they come to a central rickshaw yard in the morning and load up the wares. At the end of the day, the profit from their sales is split between them and Samman. The money that rickshaw pullers earn by transporting the passengers is solely theirs. The revenue of our rickshaw pullers have increased 30 to 40%. There are several other benefits on which we cannot put a monetary value. Rickshaw pullers now have a sense of belonging and empowerment. Children of the operators and their spouses attend free evening classes called Samman Gyan. Samman has brought dignity and inclusion to those who were previously considered menial laborers. In addition, I am very happy to say that Samman itself is profitable. Last year, we made a net profit of 8 lakh rupees and a revenue of 50 lakh rupees. My mentors have been emphasizing the importance of sustainability.
Wow, very happy to know that. Does Samman get directly involved in microfinancing?
No, we do not directly microfinance the rickshaw pullers. We just enable the rickshaw pullers to get finance from the banks. Instead of paying rent for decades, the rickshaw pullers only pay the bank loan as installments and eventually become the owners of the rickshaws.
Great to hear that. Aren't cycle rickshaws a dying breed?
Rickshaws continue to be a popular mode of transportation in most parts of the country. The number of rickshaws in New Delhi has actually increased by 20% in the last 2 to 3 years. The reason for this increase is that it has become the choicest form of transport to carry passengers to and from the metro stations. Also, I personally think rickshaws are the vehicles of the future. They are environment friendly. We have an R&D wing that is working on a solar-powered fiberglass rickshaw.
Yes, really, I too agree with you. It's very environmental friendly. What were your experiences at the Presidential Entrepreneurship Summit at the United States?
I met some truly great people. I was indeed honored to talk to the Nobel Prize laureate Muhammad Yunus. He invited me to Bangladesh to help set up a similar organization for the rickshaw workers there.
Wow, that sounds great. What's your advice to students on entrepreneurship?
An entrepreneur is one who identifies an opportunity and puts in conscious efforts to make it an enterprise. People generally discourage youth from treading this path. But it's time to start thinking about entrepreneurship as a career, as it can be an important tool to tackle unemployment in the country. It's important to dream, but it's equally important to take calculate risks to achieve your dream. That's my message to the youth.
Thank you very much, Irfan. Thank you very much for sparing the time to talk to us. We wish you the very best for your unique journey.
Thanks a lot. It's with the blessing of my mentors and well wishers that I carry my journey forward. Thank you very much.
So, dear ones, you have already watched an interview with a successful entrepreneur, Irfan Alam, who changed the lives of many people through his innovative enterprise. Most teenagers dream big. Some of them pursue their dreams, choosing a path different from those of others. They design their own routes of life. Success is for those who think big and act differently. So be unique. As Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam told, be unique and be a successful person in your future life. Thank you.
Do subscribe and not to forget to click on the bell icon to get all the notifications for my videos.